You're in that kind of position where free to give away, and if 300 people do it, then you're lost.
It's quite nice to
Of course, congratulations to everyone who took part, because without the participants, there would be no competition at all. And of course, there'd be no competition if it wasn't for our very generous sponsors and supporters. And I want to express my sincere thanks to all of them. And I'm going to list them in no particular order, and they are UKRI, the Society of Chemical Industries, the Clay Mathematics Institute, the Hale-Bron Institute for Mathematical Research, the Institute of Biomedical Science, the Biochemical Society, the Royal Academy of Engineering, the Physiological Society, the Nutrition Society, the Royal Society of Chemistry, the Council for Mathematics and Sciences, and the Institute of Physics, and of course the Royal Society of Biology. And I'm delighted that we have representatives, I hope, from all those organisations here this morning. Many of them will be speaking to us. I also want to say how grateful I am to the 5 judging panels, representatives again of which joined us today. Thank you to all the judges for your hard work and diligence, and for helping us select our 17 winners. Now, before I introduce our keynote speaker for this morning, the format for this short awards ceremony will be as follows. In each of the 5 categories, the presentation of certificates and medals will follow brief speeches. Following each individual presentation, there will be an opportunity for photographs in front of our new backdrop, which I think, yes, our new backdrop over here, with photographer John, and welcome to videographer Michael. There will also be time for group photos following the presentation towards the end of the Westminster Medal. Finally, please may I remind you that if you do need to leave the Acme Suite for any reason, that Parliament requires us to wear face masks outside of this room at all times. I think that covers everything. Again, a very warm welcome, and now I would like to introduce to you Rory Duncan, who is the UKRI Global Director of Talent and Skills. But Rory, to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Morning, everybody. I must say, also, Stephen, it's really nice to be here. It's so much easier to speak to real live 3D or 4D human beings than it is to speak to a screen, as I have been doing for the last 18 months or so on. So I was here last year, virtually, very good. I was here several years ago. I used to be an academic, I still am an academic, And I used to tell people to go for this, and I'm a very strong supporter of this in all senses. So, very, very pleased to welcome you here today, especially I think people in the first and second row, mainly people in the second row who are the winners. Jolly well done to you all. Very many congratulations. Well done. I'm also really pleased to be here to reaffirm that UK Research and Innovation, or UKRI for short, is an enthusiastic supporter of this activity, as am I. I've just told you personally, really strong supporters of this. I think it's excellent. As you may know, UKRI brings together 7 research councils and Research England and Innovate UK. What you probably don't know, unless you're a policy wonk as I am these days, is that something like £15 billion worth of public money was invested in research and innovation in the UK last year. That's a huge sum of money. Just think about that for a second. £15 billion. And something like £9 billion of that was invested through UKRI. And we invest the funding across the full breadth of research and innovation across all disciplines. Everything, absolutely everything is supported. This is really important, so just think about the money for a second. But the money is just an input. What really matters, of course, are the outputs and the outcomes and the impact of research and innovation. Think about that too. Our vision for the future of research and innovation in the UK, so in this vision, money can only take us so far. What is really important is people, because we can't deliver new knowledge and innovation without people like you guys in the second row. So what's important now is that the 15 billion which was invested in the last financial year is set to grow by 2027 to £20 billion, the largest sum of money ever invested in the UK in science. So what's important about that is that we need many more people to want to dedicate their lives and their careers to research and innovation in order to absorb that money and deliver the outputs that we need. And we estimate something like 150,000 additional people in the UK research and innovation system between now and 2027. 150,000. If you work that out on your calculator per day, it's a lot of new people every single day coming into the system. But this is really, really important. So we need a system which is attractive for people and can support a huge diversity of different types of people doing a huge diversity of different sorts of work to contribute to what we need. And that's really what this is. We didn't plan that, I don't think. Well done. Right, I'll get going again. So, what we can see right now is really important. So we're in the midst of the pandemic, as you know, we've been joking about. But we can see for sure that research, innovation, outputs, impacts, and experts are front and centre right now. And research is being played out in real time, every day, on the news for the public. And that is really important. It's the first time in my entire research career I can remember research being seen as so important by the public. And we're moving from a period of some mistrust in experts in recent years to a period where we're all looking to people like you guys for answers. We need you. The country and the world needs people like you. So that's why it's really inspiring for me to see some of these posters. That's why I made the effort to travel from Scotland to London today. I didn't just want to escape my spare room, I really did want to be here and meet you guys. And so thank you all for the time that you've invested in your research, in your posters, and for coming here today. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of this event. So, as I said, in my academic career, I always encouraged, I must say, more junior colleagues to participate in STEM for Britain. I think it was called SET for Britain in my day. And I must say that many people from my own research institute really benefited from this event and from meeting people and networking and so on and so on. So, I hope you all have a superb morning. Just to reiterate, well done, congratulations to you all. I'm really pleased to be here and I'm looking forward to seeing the prizes shortly. Thank you very much for listening to me and well done on getting me across.
Rory, thank you very much indeed for those words and of course for UK Research and Innovation's continued support of STEM for Britain. It really would not take place without your support and many, many others. So we are very grateful for that, and we'll be hearing a little more from Rory later, I think, when present the engineering, one of the engineering prizes. So thank you. Right, on with the awards. And our first category is the biological and biomedical sciences category. And I'm going to invite each of our various sponsors to say a few short words. And first I would like to invite Dr. Laura Bellingham, who I think is representing the Royal Society of Biology, is that right? Yes, to say a few words. Laura.
Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here this morning at an event and to see you all and to be able to welcome particularly the award winners to this event and to congratulate you. And I'm doing so with apologies from Professor Alison Tobin, who's the chair of the Biological Sciences and Biotechnology Judging Committee. She was hoping to be with you today and to congratulate you all, because I know she has really valued and been excited about the event and the opportunity to wish you all well and commend you. So I'm here in her stead in some ways, and on behalf of the RSB want to really emphasise what a fantastic competition we think this is. It brings together good researchers and challenges them to do good messaging, particularly to policymakers and others, and that is absolutely a vital thing, a vital challenge to bring that impact, to bring that wider impact and influence of your work to real life. It's a really important skill to hone. And congratulations to you all for doing it so well and impressing the judges in doing so. And a big acknowledgement to all of those who took part in the competition for their willingness to try it. And I think trying it, reaching out, doing different things in research is really vital. We know at the moment the areas of the biosciences in particular that are having a big impact, but we don't know where our next challenges and where our next opportunities are coming from. And across the biosciences, there are so many areas with promise for solving problems and for presenting us with new ways of doing things better and benefiting from that. So from environmental sciences to health sciences, we need all those people working together. And the traditional skills of biological identification are absolutely essential for many areas of bioinformatics and AI. And so we really commend you all, because we know you come from across the biosciences, and we commend you in bringing your research to communication, and we encourage you all to consider interdisciplinary research and different ways of using your skills going forward. So thank you all very much.
Laura, thank you very much indeed for that. And I'd now like to invite Professor Julie Lovegrove, President of the Nutrition Society, who is sponsoring the Nutrition Society Prize, to say a few words. Welcome.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Nutrition Society's trustees and members, it's a privilege for us to be here supporting this event today. Before we start, I'd like to thank Stephen Metcalfe for the invitation to come and Lee and his colleagues for organising this event in such challenging times. The Nutrition Society is one of the largest global societies in relation to nutritional science, and indeed one of the oldest. Our first meeting was in 1941, and this year we celebrate our 80th anniversary. With our headquarters in London and our members across 85 countries, our members and their science personifies the concept of science knows no borders. And we are really delighted to support STEM for Britain. This is a really unique project bringing together the future of science of Britain. And I can see from the Nutrition Society that the future looks very bright. The early career researchers in the second row there, earlier on this year, notwithstanding having to present online, are real ambassadors for that future. I'd like to congratulate you all on aspiring and reaching very high science heights, and also congratulate the event organisers for this excellent event. A long way STEM for Britain will continue. Thank you very much.
Julie, thank you very much indeed. All right, next I would like to invite Dr. Lucy Green, who is a trustee from the Physiological Society, who has sponsored the Physiological Society Prize. Lucy.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephen Metcalfe, and all the organisers for another fantastic event that was held earlier this year, and for getting it online as well, which was fantastic. As a judge, I really valued seeing the breadth and depth of all the science that was presented and on display. It really demonstrated the talent that is here and out there, and also the determination to engage with politicians and to really improve the lives of people across the UK and across the globe. Gosh, over the last 18 months, science really has been brought into focus in many people's minds, hasn't it? In a way that I don't suppose many of us have seen before. Strong science, a strong science base, is really important for us to be able to respond to the challenges that the world hurls at us, whether it's a pandemic or climate change, you name it. And really, physiology, how the body works, is a vital part of responding to that challenge, the things that are being hurled at us. You know, whether it is supporting our clinicians in the fight against a global pandemic, or helping to join the dots between the effects of climate change on our bodies. I'm really proud of the part that the Physiological Society is playing in supporting research and development in the UK. An important part of that, of course, is to nurturing young talent, young scientists, and that next generation of scientists. And that's why it's wonderful and delighted that the Physiological Society is a staunch supporter of STEM for Britain. So congratulations to everybody that's taken part and has received an award in this round, and also to Nikita Patel for winning the Physiological Society's award, and also the Gold Award for her poster. Thank you very much.
Lucy, thank you very much indeed. And next we will move to David Wells, who is the Chief Executive from the Institute of Biochemical Science, who is sponsoring our gold and silver prizes. David, welcome.
Thank you very much to organise and for being here today. First of all, I'd say what a wonderful thing it is to be here in front of all the early career researchers. I think this year and last year really exemplifies the importance of science to us as a whole global community. The Institute of Biomedical Science represents 20,000 biomedical scientists who have been key in the fight against the pandemic. My own role within NHS England has been about building up the capability of the country to test for COVID-19 or to respond to the vaccines. None of that would be possible if we had not had a strong research base. To give you an idea of some facts and figures, the NHS was able to do about 300,000 microbiology tests for equivalent to viruses COVID per year. Within about 4 months, we were able to do that every single day. And that was only possible because of the dedication of our scientists, the researchers, and the clinicians involved in that. And I think that's testament to what we're here for today, for the future of our science, the future of UK PLC. And I congratulate all of you who took part in this, and particularly congratulations to the winners. Thank you.
David, thank you very much. And then finally, before we move on to the awards themselves, I'd like to invite Dr. Derry Mercer, who is representing the Biochemical Society, who is sponsoring the Bronze Certificate. Derry, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'd like to congratulate all the winners of the prize on behalf of the Biochemical Society. It's been some excellent posters and it's been really enjoyable to read. Biochemical Society works together with our publisher, Portland Press Limited, to promote the future of the molecular biosciences. We facilitate the sharing of expertise and support the advancement of biochemistry and molecular biology, and raise awareness of their importance to provide to society with challenges. We published papers across our publishing portfolio, and in 2020 we saw over 4 million downloads of articles across our publishing website. And our proactive stance of open scholarship and the initial success of our new publishing models favouring open access has positioned us as pioneers in this sector. We engage with researchers and students through our popular scientific meetings and training events, which have run successfully online and are now transitioning into a future hybrid delivery model. Our webinar programme, implemented in 2020, continues to be successful, and with a global reach and consistent levels of engagement. Support is also provided provided to individuals through grant funding, education and public engagement activities. We're also developing synergistic and collaborative working, highlighting the wealth of resources and information the society holds in particular areas, with the aim to pull together information and content from across society, including webinars, journal articles, theme collections and educational resources. We launched our first content package, Synthetic Biology, last month, and we'll be launching 2 more in early 22, mitochondria and vaccines and vaccinology. Finally, the Biochemical Society remains in the fortunate position of working with a close-knit community that strives for excellence. And that's reflected in some of the posters, and I'd especially like at this point to congratulate Sian Morgan for her winning the bronze prize. Through this collaboration, I believe we can successfully achieve our goals for the benefit of the molecular biosciences and wider society. Thank you.
Derek, thank you very much indeed. Right, we now move on to the presentation of the actual awards, and I would like to invite Professor Julie Lovegrove to come back to the stage and join us in front of our glorious banner, and we will start the presentations. When I call out the individual prizes, if you could come forward. And the first award is the Nutrition Society Award, and that goes to Amber Bosworth from the University of Birmingham. Amber, congratulations. And won the award for translating discovery science into a new therapy to cure autoimmune liver disease. Congratulations, Amber.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. If you could stay, because we'll do a group shot at the end, if that would be okay. Thank you. Okay. If I could invite Dr. Lucy Green, trustee of the Physiological Society, to take up position. And the winner of the Physiological Society Award is Nikita Patel from Queen Mary University, London. Nikita, congratulations. Nikita won the prize for tackling the former one organ at a time using a reverse translational approach. Congratulations, Nikita. Now, on to the awards, the bronze, silver and gold awards, and if I could invite Dr. Derry Mercer to come forward again and join us over there from the Biochemical Society. The certificate, the bronze certificate for biosciences, is awarded to Sian Morgan from Cardiff University. Sian, congratulations. Sian won the award for enhanced drug delivery methods to combat corneal blindness. Congratulations. Brilliant, well done. Now, we move on to the silver certificate for biosciences, and the winner is Paula Martin Gonzalez, but unfortunately Paula is unable to be with us. She's from the University of Cambridge. However, we do hope that at some point we will have an opportunity to present Paula with her award in person on another occasion. But if I could now invite David Wells, CEO of the Institute of Biochemical Sciences, to present the gold certificate and medal, and again it is to Nikita Patel from Queen Mary University, London. Congratulations. And again, reminding tackling the trauma one organ at a time using a reverse translational approach. Congratulations to all our winners. Absolute stars, and of course, as I've said many times before, everyone can take their part in making it such an interesting competition. So, did you want to get a group?
Yes. Right, everyone. Can we have a group picture? All photographed in the corner. It's a bit more interesting over here.
So, sorry, Dave. Can we have you? Yes, please. We'll have all the sponsors and all the winners. And then I'll go on the end and you can airbrush me out later.
Not at all. Now, you're probably thinking I'm being dark, but then sort of swing everyone around here. So we fill this gap.
Okay.
Are we able to get Stanford written on the screen? Anyone on the laptop? Or? No problem if we can't. I will look at that later. Right, everyone. Sorry, Stephen. Could everyone shuffle towards Stephen? Expertly done. Perfect. Right. Now, I think we can keep the applause going. I think I blinked. What's it here? Last one, and got you, thank you. Excellent. Yes, I'll use your alarm.
Thank you again to all our competitors and our sponsors. Well done. Right, we move on to our second category, which is engineering. And I would like to invite Professor Konstantinos Soutis to say a few words on behalf of the Royal Academy of Engineering. Konstantinos, welcome.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Good morning. I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of the Royal Academy of Engineering. And for those who don't know us, the Academy is harvesting the power of engineering to build sustainable society and an inclusive economy that works for everyone. So it's leveling up, but no leveling down. In collaboration with our fellows and our partners, we are growing talent and delivering skills for the future, driving innovation and building global partnerships, influencing policy and engaging with the public. During the last 20 months, life has been quite hard. But it was an opportunity, of course, to witness the incredible impact of our research and the benefit we can have from that work, and the importance that played to fight the coronavirus. It is also clear, following COP26 in Glasgow, that there are many problems out there, that we have to bring people together from different disciplines. Yes, multidisciplinary projects, but also interdisciplinary, because we want groups from different disciplines to work together, and that's the only way to succeed. Always impressed with the great variety of high-quality projects, but most of all the enthusiasm and skills of those researchers, that they find this as an amazing platform to showcase their work. So I'd like to congratulate all of the winners and everyone who took part in the event last year. Thank you so much.
Konstantinos, thank you very much indeed for your words. Now, if I could invite Rory Duncan back up in front of our banner, and I will announce the bronze, silver and gold winners, starting with bronze. And unusually, for I think the first time ever, we have two winners in the bronze category. It was too difficult for the judges to decide between them, which I think just demonstrates the quality of the work that was being presented. And so if I can invite also Konstantinos to come up as well, please. And the first of the bronze winners is Andrew Cray from University of Oxford. Andrew, congratulations. Are we doing a group?
Yes, we do a group. Afterwards as well, please no one leave, because I'd like to get individual shots. So I'll be running after you if you try and leave. Quick shots, everyone.
We follow Stephen there.
Yeah. Splendid, everyone. Right. Now, I did see a medal. Oh, yes. Thank you. Excellent. That's perfect. It's not very quiet. But here we go.
Engineering guys, come on.
Yes! No, I'm kidding. There we go. Got you, thank you. Brilliant. Congratulations.
By now, we run out of film without the engineers.
Exactly. Right, we now move on to our third category, which is mathematics. And I would like first to invite Professor Helen Woodson, representing the Council for Mathematical Sciences, to say a few words.
I can't say how much I enjoyed the break from homeschool into the best of young mathematics in this country last spring. It was a real delight to see not just the three finalists who are here, who are absolutely amazing, but actually the rest of the shortlisted people were pretty good as well. It was across the entire range, from data science through the most pure mathematics to the most applied, with applications in every area. The people doing this work are the future of mathematics in this country, and it's really exciting to be able to see them do it. I think I don't want to say anything more than that. Just congratulations to everyone who's here. You've done really well.
Helen, thank you very much indeed, and you are a very welcome addition to STEM for Britain. So now I would like to invite Professor Martin Bridson, who is president of the Clay Mathematical Institute and has supported our gold and silver.
Thank you, Stephen. Like everybody else, I take a keen delight in being here in person to have a 3D experience. So thank you to Stephen and Lee for making that possible. The Clay Mathematics Institute is a US foundation, but we act internationally to advance the beauty, power, and universality of mathematics. So it's both it's natural that we sponsor this celebration of young mathematical talent in the UK, and we're delighted to do so. And as a judge, I must say it was an absolute pleasure to see, as Helen said, the great breadth of talent across the mathematical sciences that was represented in this competition. And the three prize winners should be in no doubt that they won in a very strong field indeed. But of course, we are particularly delighted to be recognising today's awardees. And going back to what Clay does, beauty, power, and universality, Scott Harper, his work provides a particularly striking illustration of the beauty and the coiled potential of fundamental pure mathematics and the great timescales across which it can have applications. Whilst the work of Georgia Brennan and Joya Hoshi both illustrate the great power of mathematics to transform, in today's world, science and society. And mathematics is, of course, the ultimate transferable skill. In this age of pandemic, when we all rely on our epidemiologists, that's never been more evident than it is today. But since we're in Parliament, I'd also like to say something about mathematics and politics, because I was reading a fascinating article about the way in which the mathematical training of the Founding Fathers influenced the framing of the Constitution of the United States. And there was two gems that struck me particularly. First was John Adams, when he was ambassador to France, writing to his wife, who said, "I must study politics and war so that our children have the liberty to study mathematics and philosophy." And then Thomas Jefferson, writing to Adams in his retirement, said, "I've given up newspapers to read Newton and Euclid, and I find myself much the happier." So it's a particular pleasure to be here today to recognise the achievements of the young heirs of Newton and Euclid. Thank you.
Martin, thank you very much indeed for that. Fascinating, a lesson for all us politicians. Right, I would now like to invite Professor Geoffrey Grimmett, who is chair of the Heilbronn Institute for Mathematical Research. Geoffrey, welcome.
So as you've been told, I'm Geoffrey Grimmett, I'm chair of the Heilbronn Institute. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Heilbronn Institute. It's a unique organisation, and I use the word very carefully, which most people don't these days. It's a totally government-funded institution that pursues pure mathematics and its applications. So government funded by GCHQ and by UKRI. And this government funding I see as a recognition of the ultimate value of mathematics and, as Martin puts it, the universal, I've forgotten your word now, but it was very beautiful, Martin, the transferable skill, the universality of the transferable skill of mathematics. So we have a dual remit. Our first remit is in security and intelligence in the UK, and our second remit is to support UK mathematics in the public, when I say in the public environment, I mean in universities, researchers in mathematics around the country. And we deal in people. We deal actually not in any people, but in mathematicians particularly. And we employ at any one time a substantial number of fellows, postdoctoral fellows, and we fund a substantial number of PhD studentships around the country. Heilbronn. Who was Hans Heilbronn? Well, I hope you don't mind if I bring politics into this room, but Hans Heilbronn was an asylum seeker who came to the United Kingdom in 1933 and gave us 31 years, 31 of the best years of his life before he left for Toronto in 1964. He did some very fine mathematics, and that's a guide, I think, to all of us who work in pure mathematics. Now, maths, of course, contributes to all areas of human existence. Let us not be blind to that. I'm going to mention two, well, 2 plus 1, and of course they're tuned to the awards that we're making today. The first is in society. You might call it social mathematics, but it's mathematics even though it has applications in society. And I'm thinking, of course, of the development of public opinion, the development of voting habits. How are these things modelled and described? How are they analysed? And what do we learn from the analysis? And of course, one of our prize winners particularly works in this area. I will rise to Martin's remark about the US Constitution to say that, of course, the US Constitution was developed to provide employment partly for future presidents of the United States. And one particularly difficult area of the Constitution is, in fact, a mathematical statement it makes to do with representation of states at Congress. And this indeed led to 4 or 5 different presidents writing their opinions about how this should be interpreted. And so far as we can tell, there has been a dispute in the National Academy of Sciences about which president got it right, but it seems that the National Academy got it wrong, and in fact it was one of the other presidents. But of course, the subject of voting rights, of course, is very close to the heart of a number of people rather close to us here. And mathematics has been used, particularly, for example, to contribute to the design of voting strategies associated with the European Parliament. Very little needs to be said about medicine because we've heard so much about the role of mathematicians, particularly modelers in medicine. But quite clearly, mathematics has enormous impact in understanding the transmission and the control of disease through a population. The problem with populations is, like in this room, we're inhomogeneously distributed. If we're all mixed up together and drinking from the same cup, the maths is much easier. That's called mean field theory. But when you add geography to the transmission of disease, it becomes enormously challenging. And that's where mathematicians produce mathematical analysis, of supported, of course, by computer simulation. That's been very valuable and very interesting to us. But I mustn't forget the subject closest to my heart, and I mean that metaphorically, not organically, which is fundamental mathematics. So fundamental, I'm rising slightly to the remark earlier about impact, I hope you don't mind. Fundamental mathematics is often developed for its own sake. And fundamental mathematics developed for its own sake has turned out to be extraordinarily useful and valuable. You know, the classic example is every time you go to an ATM machine. What I do, funded by GCHQ and UKRI, particularly the GCHQ part, is entirely funded by entirely centred upon, shall I say, extremely sophisticated and important problems which arose in pure mathematics without an immediate concept of application. So the impact of mathematics is not always imagined for tomorrow, but the impact, we're very cheap, but we are very impactful if we integrate over our contributions over the last 100 years or longer. And so I mentioned a particular area of fundamental mathematics which our gold winner has contributed to, which is what you might call the classification of symmetry. What is symmetry? How do you understand it? And I'll close just by mentioning two things. Since this is a replay of what happened in March, I'm going to replay what I said in March, which is two of the main characteristics of mathematics are, and I'm beginning to sound like an artist or a philosopher, beauty and truth. Beauty, of course, all science has beauty. Mathematics has extraordinary scales of beauty, scale upon scale of beauty, which you find through hard work and through digging and development. It's also, in a sense, a burden around our necks that what is true remains true. This is not true in all the subjects which are represented in this group. And one of the consequences of that is we have to know a lot and we have to be prepared to open dusty books to find the truths that underlie our work. A push there for libraries. Mathematics is supposed to be hard. It's as hard as you're clever enough to make it. That's my take on mathematics. So well done, our three winners. It's a privilege to be here to congratulate you today. Thank you.
Geoffrey, thank you very much indeed. And please don't go too far because we would like you to be involved in the presentation of our awards. And the bronze certificate for mathematics goes to Joya Boshi from King's College London. Joya, welcome. Please come forward. Congratulations. Joya won the prize for Opinion Dynamics with Memory, how society is shaped by its own past. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And if I could now invite Professor Martin Brightson to come forward to present the silver certificate for mathematics, which goes to Georgia Brennan from the University of Oxford. Georgia, thank you very much. Congratulations. Georgia won the prize for mathematical modelling clearance in Alzheimer's disease, a mathematical drug trial for UK's protein pandemic. Congratulations. And finally, the mathematics gold medal and certificate go to Scott Harper from the University of Bristol. Scott, congratulations. And as we heard, Scott has won the gold medal for research into generating symmetry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent. I don't know if we want to do a group shot, John?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Right.
If everyone follows Stephen to the left.
Fantastic. To organise us, John.
Thank you. And I think a nice big step
Yes,
forward.
oh, sorry.
Thank you. I think a nice big step forward. Excellent. Right. And I'm sure I'm going to hear some volume in a moment. Just one person did breathe. There we go. Got you. Thank you.
And again, congratulations to all our mathematical winners. Right, we move on to our fourth category, which is physics. And I would like to invite Professor Paul Hardacre, Chief Executive from the Institute of Physics, to say a few words. All right, Paul, welcome.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. When you said everyone follows Stephen to the left, I wondered if you were talking about the public that's going to answer. It is really great. Of course, we do this process through peer review. And I recognise in this place peer review might be misunderstood a bit, but it's something that's so important for the excellence of our science in the UK, whether it's grants, it's publications. But I always think more special in terms of awards, because to be given an award by your peers is really something special. And I hope all award winners can recognise that. You know, excellence it isn't a single act that we do, it's a pursuit, it's habit forming, and all our award winners, I think, have demonstrated they're in that pursuit and have found a real passion for what they do. So huge congratulations to all the award winners across all the categories, and from me, from the Institute of Physics, to those in the physics prizes. And I say to all the others who contributed to the programme, just to remember that Einstein never won an award for relativity. So congratulations again everyone on the awards today. It's terrific to see. Thanks.
Paul, thank you very much, and don't go too far. We need you for our photographs. The bronze certificate for physics goes to Heidi Tiemann from the Open University, who has won her award. Please come forward, Heidi, congratulations. Has won the award for Super WASP Variable Stars, classifying stars using citizen science. Congratulations. The silver award for physics goes to Vicky Fawcett from Durham University. Vicky, congratulations. Vicky has won her award for researching the Rift Quasar's missing link and galaxy evolution. And finally, the physics gold medal and certificate go to Ben Fernando, University of Oxford. Ben, congratulations. Ben has won his gold medal for his research into seismology at the extremes from the oceans to Mars. Congratulations. And again, do bear with us while we do a quick group photo.
Right. Sorry, I mean left. Yes, whatever. That's splendid, everyone, just as you are. And hold that pose, hold those awards. Thank you.
Robert Parker, who is the Chemistry Ambassador to Europe and the Commonwealth for the Royal Society of Chemistry, to say a few words to us. Robert.
Organisations have had events that didn't go ahead here, so we're extremely lucky. And thank you especially to Stephen and your colleagues. It's so good to have policymakers who are completely committed to science and STEM. We really need that, and we really need proper informed debate on so many things. We've been trying to influence debate recently on COP26 and issues around that, on issues around plastics and recycling of plastics. Next year we'll be focusing a lot on issues around air quality. But I'd just like to say something to our early career researchers here. Fantastically well done. Fantastically well done for developing your career through one of the most difficult times imaginable for early career researchers. Trying to get your profile up and out there when it's hard enough to meet anyone physically at all is an extra challenge. And I absolutely salute you for doing that. And your success here is a great example of doing things to raise your profiles and to have a super future. And that's what we all wish for you, because you are our future. Thank you very much.
Robert, thank you very much indeed. Right, so who are the winners? For the bronze certificate, I would like to congratulate David of Cambridge. David, congratulations. David has won his award for his research into when Lego bricks inspire microscopic materials, sustainable production of multifunctional particles. David, congratulations. Well done. Right, to our silver certificate for chemistry goes to Rachel Owen from Newcastle University. Congratulations. Research into what holds the next generation BioLink for 3D bioprinting. Fine control of the rhetorical properties of CAF1-based hydrogels via modulation of protein folding. Congratulations. That's quite a mouthful. And finally, the gold medal and certificate goes to Ben Lewis, Imperial College London. Ben, congratulations. Imaging G-quadruplex DNA using fluoroscience lifetime imaging and microscopy. Thank you. Microbes. But we do have one final medal to award, which is the Westminster Medal. And to explain that to us, or talk to us, I would like to invite Lucinda Bryce-Gardine from the trustee of the Society of Chemical Industry. Lucinda.
Thank you very much. And it's a real pleasure to be here amongst so many eminent scientists today. Many congratulations to everybody. The Society of Chemical Industry, otherwise known as the SCI, is different from the other societies at the event, as we're an innovation society, connecting industry and academia to develop new products and processes for society. We act as a hub for a multi-science and multidisciplinary community. And this is important as innovation is often spurred by working with others in areas different to your own discipline. SEI sponsors the Westminster Medal, which awards the young researcher who is best able to communicate their science. Being able to communicate your work to others is a critical skill, as it enables you to engage in the potential development of the science or technology and help to explain its importance to others. SEI supports the next generation of scientists and engineers through a number of early career support schemes. I think the Keynote is involved in one of them. And these include the SEI Mentoring Programme, the Bright Idea Challenge, an annual student entrepreneurship competition, our College of Scholars and other training, development and recruitment opportunities such as the Day of Science and Careers. Nikita Patel, who I've just mentioned, one of the Westminster Medal finalists and gold medal winners, is now active with SCI, recently representing us at COP26 in Glasgow, as well as being a member of the Early Careers Committee. I would also like to acknowledge Eric Wharton and Sue Wharton. SCI has been sponsoring the Westminster Medal for many years. Formerly known as the Wharton Medal, it was launched by Eric Wharton, a prominent member of SCI's London group, back in 1997. And we're delighted to have Sue Wharton with us again today to help us award this medal. I'm delighted to award Ben Fernandez the Westminster Medal, who's also the winner of the gold medal for physics and who best communicated his research at seismology at the extremes, from the oceans to Mars, at the poster competition in March 2021. Thank you.
Lucinda, thank you very much indeed. And we at Central Britain are incredibly grateful to SCI for your continued support of the Westminster Medal. And congratulations to Ben on winning this award for the communication of science, not just the science itself, because one of the things that we aim to do through Central Britain is to be able to help inform parliamentarians about very complex scientific concepts. And that often is helped by an easy to understand person. So Ben, congratulations and well done. I too would like to place on record my gratitude to Sue Wharton, who for so long helped us to make sure that this event carried on. Sue, you're a star. It's great to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us here in London in person. It's great to see you. And I believe we have also 5 certificates to award from the SCI certificate, and they are awarded to each of our 5 gold medal winners. And I invite you to come forward. That's Nikita Patel, Bernard Cooper, So again, congratulations to you all. Short hiatus while we take much needed photographs. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't go too far, we're doing a group.
Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you.
Right, a group everyone if we could. Stephen, sorry. Yes, can everyone sort of go around towards Stephen? Thank you, Seth. And yes. Do come all. Excellent. We just need your certificate, I think. Anyone missing? Thank you. Hold on. I'm determined. That's not bad, actually. But we can do better. Here we go.
Thank all our winners. I want to thank our supporters and sponsors. I want to thank the Learning Societies for their support, the judges, and of course the STEM for Britain organising team, which was so ably chaired by Doris Ann Williams, MBE. I don't know if Doris Ann is here. But please, I am placing on record my gratitude, but also to the team that support her, which is Dr. Isabel Spence, Karen Smith, John Slater, Ben Allen, Julie Spencer, and of course Lee Jeffs, who keeps the Parliamentary and Scientific Committee truly on the road with the support of his excellent team. So thank you to all of you. STEM for Britain will be back next year on the 7th of March 2022, hopefully here in this room, hopefully in person, hopefully with another stunning array of posters for us to judge. Applications will be closing in about 5.5 hours' time, I'm told. Wow! So you've got a very short window to publicise to your friends across the academic world that there is an opportunity to take part in what I think is the best interaction between the science community and Parliament throughout the year. So again, thank you to everyone for taking part. May I wish you a very Merry Christmas.